coin, those coins?
Yeah, like you know how there's like Bitcoin wallets,
Yes,
right?
Bitcoin wallets, yes.
Something similar to that, right? But just like let's say you have a silver coin, you have a $1 Canadian coin, or you have a 10 rupee Indian coin, for example, something like that.
So what would that be like? So if that coin is there with me, it's there in my wallet. So why would I need a software to store that?
Like I was thinking something along this line. I'm not saying that I want to do something exactly like this, right? But this is just something that came to my mind, and we can expand.
What I was suggesting is that we do something like a OTT platform sort of, wherein the subscriber first registers himself, then he logs in, and then he sees the home page of maybe Netflix, whatever. Then
Yeah.
we add the web series, movies. Then we have different genres for different movies, and then that movie is added in that category. Then he can filter or search a movie based on the keyword or based on the genre or something like
Okay.
that sort of. Then he can if he's a platinum customer or gold customer or a silver customer, based on that we'll give him the rating. So if the movie, if he is a platinum customer, means while registration he's paid $100. If he's a gold customer, he's paid $50, and if he's a silver customer, he's paid $20. So if he's a platinum customer, then he'll see the movie at $1 per movie. If he's a gold customer, he'll see it at $5 per movie, and if he's a silver customer, he'll see it at $10 per movie, something like that. The movie rates will fluctuate based on his subscription, and then he can add a particular movie to his cart and then make payment. And then once he's made the payment, then he can use that service, something like that.
This would be done through an application, web desktop application, right?
Yeah,
Not a web
as of
UI.
now we'll be doing it on a desktop application. Then later on we can
Okay.
migrate this to web also, and then going forward we can migrate to a web service or a microservice also using Spring Boot. Or if you want to start with a simpler one, then we can start with a simple, like Amazon had started, like how Jeff Bezos had started in 1994. He had just made a plain library of books, right? Wherein he would
Yeah.
add a particular book to his database. People would come, would browse for the book, would buy the book or would borrow the book, and
Yeah.
then that was a more or less something like a e-commerce of books. So you can take any e-commerce, like you'd be selling what groceries, or you'd be selling something like apparels. That also we
Okay.
can do if you want to do that. So you can do a Nike store for a Nike store, management for a Nike store. So we can upload the inventory. Then a customer can register. He can search from the inventory, buy it, put it to his cart, make payment, and check out. So like this, so we can have two modules over here. One module for the shopkeeper, the storekeeper, that is a shop owner, and one module for the customer. The shop owner will add on the inventory, and customer will buy. So the
Inventory.
stock that they are the stock will keep on fluctuating. You add the owner of the shop or the manager, you can call him whatever. He logs in, adds a particular brand of shoes, adds a quantity of shoes, and then the
Yeah.
customers can shop. They can browse, they can search for a particular model, search by categories like male shoes, female shoes, kids shoes. So
Right.
if we can
Okay.
start
Okay. I
with
get it.
that, that would be much more easier. And then as we go on, then we can increase the difficulty level.
That's right.
So for this, first you need to prepare the ER diagram, the entity relationship diagram, based on which your database tables will be constructed. What relationship, what mapping you want to give to the database.
Like, so would it make sense to just do like the local saving first on like
Yes,
a
yes,
file,
yes. We'll have to do it on the local first. So you can
and
do it
then
on a local
plan.
host. Yeah, we won't be accessing this through any web URL. This will be on a local host. This will be a standalone desktop application.
No, I'm not saying even like I'm not. I'm saying that even refraining from using a database and using like a file to store the information to start. Would
The
that make
file
sense?
to
Or
store the information would be very tedious, because then we would not be able to do any relationship between the files. Like
right?
one
Okay, that's
customer
yeah.
buys many products, one supplier supplies many products. So that relationship, that entities, we would not be mapping if you are doing a file management. So we will need a database in the backend. So we've done JDBC, right? So it should not be a problem. That
Yeah.
database would be more easier and more convenient rather, instead of using your files. Files will be very tedious.
Okay. Yeah, but I agree with that point. Yeah, it's making sense.
So and you can use Swing or AWT to design your front end forms.
Yeah.
So
So would there be something besides just like a clothing store or like a bookstore? Like any other ideas like that can be
these
like
are all basic ideas I'm giving you. So if you want something unique, sort of, then what sort of. So once you make the simpler one and once you get a hang of it, then we can explore and venture out into these new trending topics. Then, Krish, this is what I was suggesting.
okay.
So, or what else can we think of? These management stores are comparatively easier to understand. They also help you with understanding the concept also pretty easily. And we are giving a double login system. So,
So what do you mean like a double login system?
like one login is for the admin, he'll have a different set of activities to do,
Yeah,
and one
yeah,
login is for the customer, he'll have a different set of activities to do. Customers will browse the products, will search the products, will filter the products, then will choose the product which he wants to buy, will add it to the cart, then check out, make payment, and then you will get a invoice of that payment. An admin will log into the
like a different
system.
channel, and then they would decide if they want to like how they want to change the inventory, like add products, remove
Yeah,
products,
admin
or
will add products, will view the sales, will view the sale, like between one date to one date to another date, how much sales have been done. So admin will see that. Admin can what delete the subscribers. So like if you have 10 registered customers, admin can see the list of all of them. If he wants, he can delete any record.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Like
these.
so what I'm not sure why, but like this is seeming like a little bit overly complicated in my head. Like it's like kind of hard to put everything down on what I have to do.
So
Right.
what
So
what what do you feel like? What had you planned? That so I had kind of simpler one, so that didn't have all these complications. What was your idea?
no, I agree with like just like an average like online market, right? Like just with like list of items that they sell, and then the admin would add remove inventory, right?
Okay, okay,
But everything up till that part that you said made sense. But then when you were talking about viewing like the past sales
okay. We
and
can skip that. That is not a problem. So we
yeah,
can you can comment all that. So you can comment the revenue part, like how much sales has been done. You can comment that,
Yeah.
and list of subscribers viewing is not a problem. That there'll be a table called subscriber or table called customer. We'll just do a select star from that table and then reflect all those records over here, and then we can delete whichever record you want to select.
All right.
So if you can comment that also for the time being. If you feel that's difficult, then we'll do it on the virtual call. So like, what were you talking about that? So how do we design that form? So we can design that form in the session itself. So this is a simple, you can use menu bars over there, or you can treat the buttons as images as buttons. Like you can have an image of a customer. When he clicks on that, then it leads him to the registration page.
Yeah. All right. So like so we have to start with the like the application layout, right? That's what we would start with.
Yeah, you got to start with the database first. First, we need to prepare a ER diagram. Okay, let me start sharing my screen. So, so what happens is first you need to make the database tables first. So then the front end forms will come into the picture. So like if you have designed, are you able to see my paint screen?
Yeah.
So if you do it upside down, like if you design the form first, okay, so there's no hard and fast rule. So if you say, sir, let me first design the employee registration form, so it's up to you what you feel convenient about. So what all tabs do you think you'll have in an employee registration form? The employee number is nothing to do with the customer, or do you want to give every customer a unique customer number? Do you want to give a customer a unique registration number? Is you there?
Sorry. We can just have them use like a username instead of like a number,
So
right?
because we have to give a primary key to the table, right? The table
Yeah.
will have some primary key. So what primary key do you want to keep for this customer table? So
That could be like a just an incremental increase in.
yeah, so you will not be taking that from the customer, or will you be you showing that to the
No.
customer that what his customer number is?
I'm thinking the primary key would just be something that's like linked in the database, and the customer won't view it.
Won't view it, right?
They only.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we will that will be auto generated. Okay, so we'll have a
Yeah.
auto generated PK. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that will be done. Then we can design a form which will take the customer's name and date of birth or age, whatever you want.
So did we want to record this session?
Yeah, it's recorded. And what else?
Okay.
What else do you want to accept from a customer? Like if you are shopping online, what all do they ask as of registration?
Gender is one.
Gender is one. Okay.
Then email ID.
Email ID. So when this customer logs in, what should be his credentials for login? Like do you want to use his email ID as his username,
Yeah. Username would be
or
the
do you
email
want
ID.
him to create a new username and password for himself?
That would get like not complicated, right? But it's just
Okay,
like
so
using the email ID is just easier for the
yeah, and then we'll ask him to enter a password, right?
Yeah.
And we might also ask him to confirm his password, right?
Yeah.
Make sense? So we'll ask him to enter a password, but also ask him to enter the confirm password. So that, and do you want to give any difficulty level for the passwords? Like it should be 8 characters, should have alphanumeric
We
and
have character numbers. Like,
okay, alphanumeric.
yeah.
And do you also want to give any, if he has forgotten his password, do you want any secret question? So later on, if he wants to recover his password, he should know this answer. That's a forgot password mechanism. So if we take a secret question, then we will also have to take a secret answer.
Yeah.
So then if this person has forgotten his password, we'll ask him to enter his email address, right? So
Yes.
once he's authenticated that our customer, then we'll ask him to enter. Then we'll show him the list of secret questions in a combo box. In a drop down, we'll show him a list of secret questions. He'll pick up his question, and then if he answers it correctly, then we will release him his old password. Are you
Yeah.
getting what I'm trying to say?
Or we can have like in the sign up form, we can have like the secret question
Yeah.
as a drop down box, and they choose which secret question they want to
Mm-hmm.
use instead of having like a bunch of other ones. Is that what you were saying?
What I was saying is like we would show him a text box over here, and then we will give him two text boxes, and in this text box we'll give him a secret question. So he will say, how to spell favorite?
FAVOURIT.
Ourit. Okay, favorite cricket player. Okay, he enters this, and then he also gives the answer. Okay.
Yeah, but like when we then when you were saying when they do click forgot password,
Yeah, when
that'll
they
take them to
when they click on forgot password. One second, hang on. I
oh,
say
okay there.
what's the database name?
Momo.
Momo. So search for that database over here. Momo. Okay. And it has one table called employee, correct? Okay.
Yes.
So see, this is what I was telling you. So this is a secret question. Okay. So what did he say?
Okay.
So each person will enter his own secret
City of
question.
birth.
So, and this is how many floors does your office have? Mother's name, favorite player. Okay. And this is a
Yeah.
secret. This is
Yeah.
a secret answer. Okay, I'll just log into this and I'll show it to you. Rather, you'll understand better what I'm trying to say. So here
Okay.
we go, and we'll do a Java login. You see this, Sid?
Yeah.
Okay, do you see a forgot password over here?
Yes.
Yeah, you see that, right? Okay. So when I click on that forgot password, you see it takes me to a page. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So first thing first is we have to enter the user ID. What we have to enter?
The user's ID.
User ID. So user ID will be his primary key. That is okay. So this is his user ID. You see over here. So let's say
Yeah.
if I'm logging this person. So this employee number is the user. Okay. So here, and then we'll ask him to select his. So we'll show all the questions over here, right? You
Yeah.
there? So if he takes, so what was his question? He knows, right? His question was city of birth. And then if he enters the answer, Pune, all are in sync.
Yes.
So and I click on submit. Then I'll ask him to enter his new password and re-enter new password. Okay. You see this?
Sir, is there some network issue going on? Because like I'm still very behind on your screen is still lagging behind.
No, I. Okay, 1 second. Let me again show it to you. Now what do you see?
I see the terminal now.
You just see the terminal. Okay, now I start. Do you see the login form?
But I saw this part and I like
Okay.
there was just some of
Okay.
the other part that.
Okay, you've seen this form, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now I go to forgot password. Okay. Do you see this form?
Yeah, I see it.
You see this, right?
Yeah.
So first thing first, he should know his employee ID for what his setting is. So this is his. So if you see over here, from here I've got that, right? The unique employee number, correct?
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
what is his secret question which what he had given?
City of birth.
And what is the answer? It was there.
Pune.
And what is his existing password?
May 21.
Okay, May 21, right? So now I enter this. Then I choose a question. Which question? So all these 4 questions I'm showing over here, right?
Yeah, city of birth.
City of birth. Okay, and now if he enters Toronto, is this valid?
No, that's not valid.
So if he submits, this should show something. What did this say?
Answer not matched. Yeah.
Okay, so now if he enters Pune, now answer are matching. So if the answer is matching, we'll lead him to the next page wherein he can reset his password. You see?
Yeah.
So if his password I'm entering is what? Now is this matching?
No.
So what is it saying?
Password not matched.
So what it should say?
1, 2, 3.
Now
It should.
now when I reset password, this field should change, right?
Yeah.
When I reset password, what did it say?
Password reset success.
And if I go here and if I refresh this page, done.
Yeah.
So like this sort of something I want you to perform.
Okay.
And if he knows the password, so directly we can just log in, right?
Yes.
So directly we can just log in. So if he knows the password, what is his user ID? His user ID, and see over here. This is focus. We had done the focus listener for focus gained, focus lost. Remember?
We briefly touched upon this.
Yeah. So now see, this text box has gained the focus, so it has become empty, right?
Yes.
And now this, so if I move from there, now it has lost focus, this has gained focus, right?
Yeah.
Now this has lost, this has gained, correct?
Got it. Yeah.
So now if he knows his password like this, and now what is his password?
Krish 1, 2, 3.
I am entering Krish 777. Well, what will it say? Do you want to view the password?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, now is it valid?
No.
What did it say?
Please check ID password.
Now I have 3 attempts maximum. How many attempts maximum I have?
3.
Okay, now how many attempts left?
2 attempts left.
So these are things which you have to improvise, Krish. These are ideas which you have to, as per your user experience. So all this while we were the users of the internet. So we were the users of the app, right? So we were users of Instagram, we were users of Facebook. Now is the time wherein we will pick up ideas from there and implement it in our applications, correct?
Yes.
So sir, on the internet I've seen that this app just gave me 3 attempts to log in, and on the 4th attempt the login button was freeze. Like I was not able to access the login button. So now how many attempts left?
2 attempts left.
Now again if I enter the wrong password, this is the wrong password I've entered, right?
Yeah.
Login, what will it say? Login error. And this is that box which pops up in swing. Okay,
Yes.
this is called a dialog box. What is this called as?
Dialog box.
And these has these various icons on it. So if you can have a eye, that is, you give some information. You can have a exclamation if it's a very critical. You can have a red cross over there. Okay, if uh, some catastrophic error has come up, so you can change this eye.
Yeah.
And now again, how many attempts left?
One template.
And now if I again give the wrong password, my login button will be freezed. Login error.
Let me click X instead.
And what do you have? You have,
Exceeded number of attempts.
and now your login button is freezed. You see this?
Yeah.
Sit 1 second. Hello. Yes. Mm-hmm. हाँ 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 नहीं नहीं किया जी जब कहा तो so now if we enter the proper credentials, now this should take us to the login screen. Okay, you want to use the password, login successful here,
Yeah.
and now this will take you to this employee page. So this is called a menu bar. You can design your own menus, different menus you can design, and these are the employee details which we have to add. So this is the form I was talking about, like how we do design this form.
Okay.
So this his requirement was that every employee has an employee ID, and that employee see this. Okay. So this is a
Yeah.
mobile shop. So it was MOB, and then the initials of the person, something like that. It's followed with some numbers. So if you just want to keep it simple, like what we were doing for Alice and Ben. Okay, 101. Will 101 register?
Yeah.
No, because 101
No,
already there.
sorry.
So
Yeah.
let's keep it 102. Then employee name. So based on this form, your database table needs to be designed, or vice versa. First you design the
Yeah.
database table, and then based on the database table you can design the form. Okay, so forms
Got
can be altered, but the database once created is very difficult to alter, because that forms the foundation, right? Because
Yeah.
that forms the relationships. So
That's right.
address, okay, city, I'll have to shift Toronto to some city in Afghanistan. And contact number, this is, so you can put the validations over here, what maximum length of contact number you want. Now this is what I was talking about, secret question. Okay, so the forms will be of this nature, and the database will be just plain tables having relationship between them. Password and confirm password. Here I am showing the password because I want to cross check whether it entered correctly. So I am showing the password to the user because he's not logging in, right? He's just creating an account over here. So if you want,
Yeah.
you can show the password. If you want, you can hide the password with that asterisk. Submit.
Yeah.
Record inserted successfully. Okay. Come here. This insert query has fired in the database, and your record has come over here.
Yeah.
Correct?
But like for this in this way, right? It's all the secret question answer is gonna be case sensitive, right?
Yeah, it's got to be case sensitive. Correct. Because
Okay.
if you enter Mount Stanley in capital, it will not work. You want to see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't work. Or else, if you
Yeah.
want to convert it to uppercase and store it in the database, that's up to you. Normally, passwords, is the secret answer, right? So, if you want, you can
Yeah.
convert it to uppercase and store it in the database table over here. So, like this, then you can make one more inventory form for a product. The product will have product ID, product name, size, then what genre it is for, male, female, kids, what pricing, color, blah blah blah. You can add and you can submit. So this will be our inventory table. So whenever a
Yeah.
customer comes, we can show him all the products, and then based
That's
on
right.
that he can shop. So we can, if he comes, so this will be a standalone application, right, Sid? So this is
Yeah.
the application which a storekeeper will use. So whenever the customer comes in, he'll ask the storekeeper that, do you have this Nike shoes of this version number or this model number? Then he'll look up in this database, in this software. Okay, brand
Yeah.
Nike, model number 111 available. Yeah, he'll say, yeah, it's available, you can go and search it. Are you getting the point what the software is
Yeah,
intended
I
for?
get the point. Yeah, we have similar systems
So
that
we
I
can
work
we
with.
can we can eliminate the customer login then, because
Yeah,
customer will not be given access to that storekeeper's laptop, right?
that's right.
So this will just be a single login system, single system, single user application. So the user will be the
Like the customer
the manager of the store.
or the user of the form. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the pharmacist. When you go to a pharmacy, so you go and just purchase the medicine, and the billing is done at one system that is used only by the pharmacist.
That's right.
Okay, you can have multiple users using that system, like in shifts.
Yeah.
Like it's a 24 by 7, 8 hours per shift. So we have 3 people logging in per day. Like this, we have 6 users. So we can have different users. The cashier keeps on changing. That can be done.
Yeah. And we can also have like employee log in, log out, or punch in, punch out.
Yes, yes,
Right.
yes, yes, yes. You can have that also. That will have the payroll, right? For the payroll, like to
Yeah.
generate the payroll for that employee, or these interns which they do, like they work for what, $10, $12 per hour, sort of. So they can punch in their daily hours, how much they worked. Then we can calculate their weekly wages based on that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that also is a good module. You can add that also. Makes sense.
So there's like infinite possibilities
Yeah,
from this.
yeah, we can scale, we can keep on, we can scale as per our logic and as per our whatever creativity we can do. But this will be in a very
Yeah.
basic model, but we'll try to incorporate most of whatever is there in the supply chain industry, and we'll then come up with our creative ideas, like the password, to the strength of the password, how to. So we should, if you want, you can just keep a plain password. Or if you want, no, I want alphanumeric, I want alphanumeric with special characters, I want alphanumeric with special characters with minimum eight. So like this, you can just keep on adding features over there. If you want, you can use this forgot password also, if you want feature.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, so this will keep you occupied for at least a week or two, maybe, or more, if more
Yeah.
not.
That's true. So it's like I'll be gone for 2 weeks.
Okay,
Like
so you'll be in Arizona for the entire 2 weeks.
yeah.
Oh.